Hey everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Kerbalcide, my sort of casually, heavily modded game of Kerbal Space Program. Where today we have basically covered a lot of the science with probes, and we're looking at actually now heading out to the Mun. As you can see here, we already collected quite a bit of science, and from launching probes left and right, we've got a little bit more science, and now it's kind of decision time to say, do we want to go for some advanced rocketry, some general construction? I don't think we want aviation, and then some flight control, and then we have like simple command pods and stuff like that. So before we're going to make this decision, let's jump into the VAB and sort of just quickly check and see sort of what do we have here, because at the end of the day, one of the biggest issues that we run into is what parts do we already have and what parts do we really need for our rocket. Now, we are going to go to the Mun. It is a stock system, so we don't need a huge rocket to sort of get there. And ideally, what we don't do is sort of try a test with a rocket and then come back and try to do that landing. That's at least the plan. Now, in terms of the parts that we have that are capsules, we do have these command pods here. And of course, we do have the command chair. Ooh, the command chair. And we have this weird little cockpit thing here, which I don't even know if that can go into space. I'm assuming it can. I'm not sure if we'd want to send it to space because it doesn't have a heat shield or anything, and putting a heat shield on this might be a big problem. Now, one thing you might note here is that we do have snacks. We have soil, fresh air, and hydrazine. That's right. We do have a life support system installed in this game. So we have to be a little cautious that we can't just send a Kerbal up there and then leave them because they will run out of food or air or snacks or drink themselves with hydrazine to death. So we got to figure this out. I'm tempted to send one module, but the problem is that I do want to send a engineer in case anything kind of breaks. I think they can fix it in this mod. So that's one option I'm doing. So with that in mind, this guy here is the two-person crew capsule. We can put two Kerbals in here, and we do have plenty of engine options, and we do have plenty of like these 1.25 meter stacks. We don't have anything bigger than 1.25 right now, so we're going to have to build a stack engine rocket with some boosters to be able to do this. So that's kind of what we're doing right now, and we will see how this goes. Now, keeping in mind that this has its own ablator, 20. We do need to have a oh shoot, I'm going to blank on it. Rhymes with oot, ship parachute. There we go. And we have a couple options, but this is, I think, the most reasonable option. And we'll set that to about 900. And we'll set 0.5. Actually, we'll probably set to about 600 because we don't need a huge amount of time for this in stock. In non-stock games, this could be a bit of a bigger problem. Now, with this, we kind of want to, we're not necessarily going to land on the Mun with this first shot. But we do want to build a Mun type lander because ideally, whatever we're going to send in sort of the second rocket phase of this journey, we do want to make sure it can land on the Mun. Now, I'm just picking things I think are going to look cool, but also make sense in this here. And we are, there we go. Now, why would this not take the fuel? Oh, liquid fuel and oxygen. Okay. Oh, because it's staged. That's why. Okay. Aha. There we go. So that gives me 1,000. Now, 1,000 is good enough to go down to the Mun and back, but that leaves basically no leeway. Welcome, Spaceflight Fusion. So basically, we're trying to go to the moon on my Kerbalcide. But until then, I've been firing off rockets and stuff like that, but I really haven't gone to the Mun. So we're looking at trying to build a Mun capable rocket to send our Kerbals to it, but we'll probably send it with a probe drone first because we do have a lot of potential problems of things exploding and dying, and apparently when I lose Kerbals, people get upset sometimes. And sometimes there's much rejoicing. You kind of never know. But yeah, so spaceflight fusion, we are basically trying to get to the Mun here. And I'm just trying to build this out as sort of a Kerbal lander that we can then send Kerbals with in our next mission, which we'll do in the stream. I'm just working on kind of trying to figure out some options. We could put a emergency ejection system here. I'm not 100% sure that's needed or wise. Oh, wait, I haven't even upgraded, so I can't even use action groups yet. So that's wasted energy. What do we got here in terms of landing equipment? We don't have a lot. We got these landing legs that I made that are they have problems. I still have to work on those. And then we have the smaller landing legs, which I think we're going to just end up using. And while they cost us a little bit of weight, we're going to put 4 in. And I want to just make sure that they are down a bit because we want to ensure that they land, not the engine. Okay. So there we go. And that's our booster engine. We'll build it there. And start retracted. Okay. This game mode, this is career. We're playing on career. And I'm just trying this out here and seeing how this goes. So, fuel tanks. What other fuel tanks do I have? I know it's a little hard. I do have monopropellant tanks, which we could use. You know what? Let's put these guys here. We'll stick 4 of them in the bottom here because we should definitely put some monoprop options. Now, I say this, and then I look at the... Yeah, we're going to tear those off. I don't actually have any mono... Okay, that's one option. We put monoprop in. I do have Tantaris, so we can just use... These, they use regular fuel. They don't use, what do you call it? Center of weight here. Oh, that's going to be nasty. We can put them up here. Okay, it's not ideal, but that's going to work better. I have Tantaris installed, so we can use those. Because it's basically a Soviet-style kind of concept, and they use these RCSs, but these RCSs use... liquid fuel. Yes, they do. Oops. All right, so if we're going to use liquid fuel, let's go back to the fuel tanks. Do we have any round liquid fuel tanks? I don't think we do. No, it's an odd one. I do have this little tiny thing here, but that's not really what we want to do. Okay, so we have that. And then we don't really have any excess fuel here. So when we added all this weight, we got up down to 998. That's enough to go down to the moon. It's not really enough to come back up. So let's add another fuel tank on here, like so. And then we're gonna make it look darker. There we go. And yeah, now we've got 1300. It's got enough TWR to do it. So let's go and slap happy some additional equipment here to build our initial launch vehicle to see how this goes. Because right now what we're trying to do is go to the moon, or the Mun, sorry. I'm going to say that wrong every time. Moon, Mun, you get the idea. And I need a launching system. I have this Gamma 8 rocket. Oh, it just does it. Perfect. Okay. Oh, wait, that's in space. In atmosphere, 0.9. Okay, that's doable because we're definitely not launching with just this rocket. We do want to stick some boosters on here. But what do I have in boosters? I don't have a lot in boosters. And I still need to get the space on this. You know what? Let's do a heavy. That might work. So a heavy profile is basically 3 boosters that are all the same. If we go like this, which is completely fictitious, that's fine. No, but nobody launches to space like this. And we need our aerodynamic nose cones. Do we have? Oh, that's the tiny little nose cone. No, this is a tiny little nose cone. What else do we have? We have no. Do we even have nose cones that fit? Okay, there we go. We got these lovely nose cones here, which that's a horrible color. That's actually better. Okay, so there we go. So we got 3 engines. They pop these 2 off. That should be pretty good. How's our Delta V looking? This apparently won't even get us to orbit. What? Oh, because these engines burn out faster than this one does. All right, so we need to put a limiter on these guys. We're going to say 60%. It's important that we make sure they're both fuel tanks are at 60%. Otherwise, we're going to have a very bad day. Okay, there we go. And we can switch this to there. But what we actually have to do here, and I'm realizing it now, is that's our lander. That needs to get to the moon, or the mun. I'm going to mess it up. But what we don't have is a intermediate stage to get us there, which doesn't have to, again, be very big. What do we have here? But it does have to be a pretty... No, it has to be kind of big. Otherwise, yeah, because we don't want to drop too much on the mun. Oh, you know what? Let's go with that. There we go. And I'm going to pick the... What is the... That engine that I have on there right now is pretty good. It's... oh, no, it's not. It's two... Do I have better than 265? I do. That's 330. That's the ISP that it's running at. Okay, so that works pretty good. And that gives us now, once we're in space, 4.5 or just 4.25. Okay, so that's pretty good for probably a month flyby. But we do need to put a signal system on it, because we're going to be trying to do this with a probe. So let's grab some of these. Oops. These are what we want. Yeah, this is what we want. We're going to put it right there. And then when these extend, they stick up. Yeah, that's, I think, how that's supposed to look. And what else do we have? So that's there. And we're going to put in a probe core. All right, probe cores. We don't have a huge number of options. We do have this one here. Oh, I didn't want to do that. But let's move that here and go like, no. Oh, what's it going to do? Oh, 1 second. Come on. Not sure why these all have... How about there? There we go. Perfect. I don't know why those have nodes on them. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but okay. And then fuel delivery, yeah, they're all fueled. Awesome. All our engines are there. This is a completely liquid fuel rocket. That's going to be fine. It only has 20 ablator, so it's important that we don't just drop it right out of the sky. And we're going to pick our DE thing, although we're not going to have any Kerbals in it. Let me just double check the Kerbals. Yeah, no. We're saying this. We're setting this one up empty. Yeah, we're not putting Kerbals in here. That would be a problem if we're trying to do this. Okay, so this is our test. We're going to go up. We're going to try it out. I just noticed this. Yeah, see, that's how that's supposed to go. But then it needs a much bigger rocket. So we might upgrade this rocket on the second flight. I think that's inevitable. Inevitable. But we're going to give this a go and see if we can get this to the mun. So this is our mun. And this is our two-person ball. I don't know. There we go. The two-person ball that we're launching to the mun at without any people in it, because we want to make sure we can get to the mun and back with this rocket with this fuel. I think it's possibly doable. I think this might be a flyby, and then we'll make some adjustments for launch. But let me just double check before we go. Do we have enough thrust to get off the ground? And the answer, of course, is no, because I turned these down too much. Yeah, with the extra tank, I have to go full throttle, which means that we can just take this off, because these are just going to all go at the same time. And I only want 2. All right. There we... Oh, that is not even straight. There we go. Haha. All right. Now, what else can we put on this rocket before we take off? For fun, we can put in a arrow camera, which is going to point down, which is very useful when we're launching to the mun, so we can see below us. And we can also put a we got a booster camera and a mun camera. We're gonna put the mun camera in. Now here's the fun part. Which one of these is the door? That's not the door. That, I think, is the door. I think this is the free point. All right. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we got cameras on this thing. We should be good. I'm just going to double check the staging, which is awful. Of course it is. There we go. There we go. And what's this? Oh, that's our deploy antenna. Okay. That's the parachute. And that's the ball. The parachute is set. Okay. I think we're ready to launch, everybody. Hey, Seal Shark, welcome to the stream. We are apparently only launching from the launch pad. Oh. Alrighty, we're launching from the launch pad, everybody. Here we go. I'm going to save this first. Then we're going to launch the launch pad. The craft has too many parts. What? Ah, that's outrageous. 36, and we're 24 tons. Okay, so I saved it. Save and continue. Yes, that's fine. And we're going to go and we're going to see if we can spend some money and upgrade to do this. Because obviously I don't want to have to strip 6 parts off the rocket if I can avoid it. And obviously 24 tons. Because 24 tons is a lot. Well, 24 down to 18 is there. Now, we're into day, and if you're wondering if it's a bit, I think this is what we need here, right? This gives us more parts. Okay, and this gives us more tonnage. So if I do this, and I do this, ooh, that's going to get tight. Can we still launch our craft, which I now need to edit the vessel, because I realized I put no science on it. And that's kind of important. Or electricity. Oh, man. Come on, guys. When you're in the chat, you got to be, hey, you're trying to do this, and you've forgotten to put electricity and science on your rocket that you're going to send to space. We're doing this for science, and we're doing this for rocket. And I also don't even have a mission prepped for this either, but that's okay. But we need the science, and we need the rocket. And then I'll see what mission we can do. Oh, man. That would have been embarrassing. It's like, yeah, we got all the way to the Mun and then ran out of power. All right. So we can't spend a ton because, oh no, we still have quite a bit of money. What do we got here? We got these batteries here. Let's stick those on, 4 of those. Let's stick 4 of these on. I'm going to not make 4 of those. But I'll turn it down to 1, but make sure it's there. Okay, that takes care of our power. We have a couple of little solar array options that we could do, but let's stick to easy here. And then for science, what do we got? We've got quite a few options, but let's stick the basic stuff on here. And since we're doing it with the Soviet stuff, we'll use the Tantaris. And I'm just going to grab 4 random boxes and stick them on here. Not sure what they do, but I'm sure I'll probably regret taking all of them. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's better. Double check we're not sticking Kerbals on here. We're not. Okay. And we're going to hit the launch pad. We're going to hit save, and then we're going to hit the launch pad. And it's not going to give me an error. We are good for launch to the Mun with our first Mun rocket probe cord to basically see if we can do this with probes, which hopefully this is going to work. Oh, man. And just FYI, there are several... Well, there's a couple mods in here that might mess it up. I think the main one is EVA repairs, if I remember correctly. But we didn't put any crew on here because we just wanted to test and see how this is going to run. We saw crew before we put crew on because if we put crew on and they get murdered, we have to get new crew, and they're kind of expensive. And given that I just spent a huge money upgrading buildings, we can't really afford a lot of new crew. All right, so welcome to the launch of whatever this rocket is. I have no idea what we're going to name it. Do I have? No, I do have Smart ASS. There we go. So we do have Smart ASS. We're going to use that to launch our rocket, mainly just to ensure we kill rotation and stuff, right? Because if I go off and I go T, yeah, we only have stabilization. And I'm going to want to use the surface thing to do our controlled, what do you call it? Controlled engine thing. And down here we have our resources and everything so that everyone's in the loop. So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. What did we lose? Oh dear. No, everything seems to be running. Oh, there it goes. No, 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 this is not good. See, I told you putting Kerbals in here would have been bad. Although the ball did survive. Okay, well, it's not the worst that could have happened, but we're going to wait until that falls, and we're going to hit recovery. And we're going to have to launch another one and spend a little bit more money on this. Please lift off. Yeah, we tried to lift off, and it exploded. So we're just going to cycle to the VAB and back, and that'll give us our improvement in reliability. And that hopefully will mean that we won't have another explosion of horrible potential. One of the downsides to adding a lot of failure mods is the more parts you have, the more chances there are for failure. So a single engine rocket is generally going to outperform a multi-engine rocket unless you're building like a lot of engines like Starship does and stuff like that. And then they basically counteract each other. So that's kind of where we're going. Do I have test launch? I do not have test launch Spaceflight Fusion. It failed because an engine failed. And when the engines failed, they stopped firing and then it just tilted over. There's a reliability score on all these parts. So that's partly why we're doing this, is to boost the reliability score before we put Kerbals on it. But even with Kerbals on it and a high reliability, there's always a chance that these things are going to break. So right now, reliability on these is 90%. That means that only 1 in 10 is going to fail. So I'm pretty confident we're good to go on this. We're not going to have any major problem. So we're going to go back to the launch pad and launch it again. And we should be good. Because 3 engines, 1 out of 10 chance of each engine breaking. It's a 30% chance that there's a failure. But that's okay. If we end up having a real hard time, we can always switch out for other engines. Or I can just simply, how do I say this? Turn off the failure mod. That's why I like about EVA repairs. There's actually a toggle. You can turn it off if you absolutely get frustrated by it, or you have a part that you're like, yeah, I don't want this to fail because it's mission critical. And, you know, I've traveled 10,000 miles. I don't want to just be like, oh, by the way, because of some reason, this died. If we have Kerbals in there, the engineers can repair it with EVA kits. I have to double check if I've actually researched EVA kits yet, but we'll see how that goes. All right, so we're back here at the launch. We're going to turn on Smart ASS again because this gives us our gravity turn. I go with this as it's a bit of a cheat, but at the same time, I'm like, nobody in their right mind would launch a rocket with like no controls whatsoever. So yeah, that's what I'm sticking with it. All right, 3, 2, 1. Looks like we've launched without an error on the engines, so we're good to go. Yeah, the engines seem to be happy. And the meantime, between failure, I'm not going to worry about. These engines will be long gone before then. All right. And we did lose the wheel control. Okay. That's not the end of the world, though. It's not the end of the world because the engines have a bit of a gimbal. And we still have the actual pod here that this pod actually has stuff. So we're good. And we're launching. So if I actually run one of these little experiments, which log gravity. No, gravity scan can't be done right now. Okay, how about, what else did I pack on here? Cosmic ray. Aha, it can. And I can transmit the science back. There we go. We already got some science from this mission. What else did I pack on here? An accelerometer. All right. Log seismic. No, that can't be done either. Okay. Well, as we are going here, our thrust to weight ratio is not the highest thing in the world. So we are still rising up off the platform. Which mod does what come from Spaceflight Fusion? If you're referring to the failure mod, that's EVA repairs. I'm 90% confident that's the one I have installed. I'm now checking my list. Yeah, EVA repairs is installed. Basically, I like it because it breaks things at random. The only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't highlight the parts that break. But you can use an EVA engineer on EVA with a repair kit and repair it. So it becomes very straightforward. Take a bunch of repair kits and then go and repair your rocket with an EVA engineer. If you don't have an EVA engineer, you can't really repair your rocket. I'm kind of hoping that Angel 125 will add in the ability to remotely repair for money or science points. So, you know, you spend like 5 science points to repair something or something like that remotely, or depending on how far it is. And that way you can basically have it where there's a payment for repairing stuff remotely, or you can send your engineer with his EVA kit out. As we are continuing to get up here. Now we're going pretty good. So let's really start to try to do the gravity turn, which I'm sure somebody's going to mention is kind of late, but we don't have a lot of control over here. And I didn't want to get into the lower atmosphere without any wings or stuff like this, because we're going to run out of fuel in a second and we're going to have to stage, and I'm hoping this thing does not flip. I'm also hoping the engine doesn't fail, because this engine, where is it? I don't even know where it is. There it is. This engine only has an 81% chance of operating. Okay, so let's give this a go. How high are we now? 40? There we go. All right, so we've successfully staged after the main engine, I guess, not cut off, run out of fuel. And we're going to start doing a pretty heavy gravity turn, because we're kind of already in space to a degree. Well, we're not in space, but, you know, we're close enough to being in space that we've definitely passed the Kármán line. And now we just need to get to the point of where we're pitching and expanding out to hopefully an orbit as we continue to go up here. And hi, Indonesian Aviation. I may remember you. I'm honestly terrible with names. Okay, we can extend this out here, and we can actually go like this. Oh, no, we can't see anything with that. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's right in the way. Awesome. That's what we wanted. Camera with this right in the way. Okay, so we're going to extend these out. This is going to increase our transmission range as we quickly switch over here to extend that. Okay, there we go. We are still burning this fuel. It's going to take a while, but that should get us into some type of orbit. I want to go like negative 15, because we don't want to put too big an orbit on the outside. And we're going to basically hold here while we are doing this. Now, while we're doing this, I'm going to check gravity. Can I do this one? Yes. So I'm going to start doing some science here. Log science. Nope, I can't do that one yet. And what else we got over here? Pressure. We can always do pressure. Yes. 12 science. Oh, man, I have not turned the science down. That's a lot of science. That's a lot of science. This could be a very scientific-y thing. Now, this is normally holding crew, so we can review the stored data. All right. We can transmit that. Nope. Okay, there we go. As we continue to elevate up here, and we're about to run out of battery power. Oh, no, we're still good. We have light. Oh, it's from the transmitting, right? I was like, how are we losing battery power? That's crazy. Oh, EasyJet. Okay, yeah, I remember you now. Yeah, send the rover to, and I said send the rover to Mars. Yeah, I remember you, EasyJet. All right, I remember that. Yeah, I'm trying to make orbit, and then I want to go to the Mun. So we're doing this in probably the worst way possible. We're really probably underpowered this top part of the rocket. But these were all the parts that we had, which, because we were only limited to 1.25, were not really great. So we do have a lot of science, and after this mission, we'll have plenty of science. We'll be able to actually unlock some nodes and probably upgrade this rocket to a more beefier version that's going to be able to get us to the Mun with Kerbals without too much trouble. Although if this works and we still have enough Delta V, we might just slap 2 Kerbals in here and go. Now, as we're doing this, we can check out here that we're looking back of the rocket, and the front of the rocket here, we are seeing Kerbin, which is great. And I don't know if we can I rotate no, I can't do anything with this camera. Awesome. It's just going to sit there. All right. So, yeah, we're just rocketing along here, using up this fuel, and I'm going to do a little bit of a time warp because... No, it says, oh no, I can do time warp. Don't tell me I can't do time warp. Haha. I'll break you, machine. All right. And we did lose something. Oh, this did fail. Dang it. All right. How much fuel is left in it? Oh no, it's empty. Then I don't care. All right. So this engine here is the same as what we had on the first stage. So, oh no, its reliability is only, oh no, this is a smaller version. Right. Okay. So... yeah, we're trying to go here. We're going to zero this out a little bit because we did want to try to at least get into orbit, right? Orbit. And then I want to see if I can do a Mun transfer. This will probably be a free pass flyby. and then return to Kerbin, probably in little pieces, but that's okay. We are good with this happening. So yeah, right now we're just we're venting along here. Yeah, we're doing pretty good here, and we're gaining more power back. I forgot that transmission uses up a lot of power, and this is definitely not an ideal rocket. But can we get to orbit? Because we're gonna hit the atmosphere pretty soon. And what are we sitting here at? Negative 433. Ooh, all right. Well, we're definitely going to test the re-entry capsule in this mission, because we just hit the high orbit. Now, we can go down to about, I think, 50 kilometers before we really start to get into trouble. I say that, and I'm trying to go to the MUN on very limited science and stream at the same time, so I'm not paying attention to math. And clearly, I'm trying to also launch a much bigger rocket, and with failure mods, there's a lot of things that could go horribly, horribly wrong. One of them being that we are trying to... right, it's still trying to control it here. Well, you know what? We're going to do this. There you go. Up. Because we got plenty of orbital on the other side, because if we go to the map, you can see here, how do I have an airplane flying around? All right. Yeah, okay, no, we can't see because I have not updated anything. Okay, so we're going to burn in a second. So I'm just going to pop the ball out. And that should... Oh, we didn't do a very good job on that one. And following SpaceX, here's our Tomahawk craft of the day. They had a little bit of an oopsie earlier today as well. And they tomahawked their rocket. We also did that, but this is probably going to survive because, yeah. If we go here, we got this lovely effect. And there's lots of pieces of everything floating around. Awesome. Okay, so here we are coming down, and we still have our parachute. And our parachute is armed. Everything is good. I still don't know what these things do. Are they just... It says clamped. I don't know. We don't have any control over this right now, because when it's in plasma, we don't have any control. That's one of the many things I've added to this game to make it harder than just simple regular mode, which would be not easy, but definitely not a challenge to watch. As this thing is just sort of making loop-de-loops as that engine is still running. Oh well. All right, so we seem to have made it through. We didn't use up any ablator. Now, I realize we didn't fall from a very great height in terms of Kerbal Space Program, but we've only used 1 out of 20. So that's not bad. And then now we're just coming in. We're just going to have to shoot through here until the parachute goes, and then we'll float down to the planet. And we're going to land in the water, which... I'm hoping we don't sink. I don't remember if I have rational hydro in here or not. Thank you very much for those emojis, guys. I love seeing that people are happy that I didn't explode. We didn't have any Kerbals on here, so the only question is, will this sink or not? Because as we come to the bottom here, I'm just going to quickly check here how we're doing. I am going to move this. Oops. This is going to go up. This ASS thing. Come on. No, it's not going to give it to me, is it? There we go. We're going to move that down here because that obviously appears interfering with everything here. Awesome. Alrighty. As we slowly come down. And then I realize here, I can make it bigger, smaller. No, we're good. Right, we're good. Okay. I reskilled everything properly. And we're floating. Okay, good. Good, this floats. All right. I was worried for a second. All right, and then I'm going to turn this off so that it will settle down enough that we can then recover the spacecraft. There we go. Recovered with that weird effect water thing. All right, so we're not bad. We're not bad. Okay, so we're going to do... we're going to go. And what do we got here? Melanie TZ says, make a rocket that has a spacecraft inside. We don't have the parts to do that yet. I do have plans on doing that in possibly later this episode or next episode, but right now, because yeah, we don't have enough parts. So we came back, we picked up a ton of science. Oh boy, did we pick up a ton of science. And we can now do quite a bit. So let's have a look here at our mission things. So we still have pre-flight checks, ironically, and explore the Mun, because yeah, I haven't launched any Kerbals yet because we've been doing a bunch of stuff. We also have all these crazy contracts for other stuff that we're not going to do right now. But I'm going to take pre-flight checks because we're going to start putting Kerbals in this. And we're going to go to the Mun because I do want to do that flyby. And we'll probably do a flyby with a Kerbal. And because we're going to do a flyby with a Kerbal, let's see here. I'm going to type in repair. And I think it's here. Do we have the repair kits? There they are. All right, so we definitely need to spend the money on this. Because if I'm sending Kerbals to space, they need their repair kits or they're going to have a very bad day. Which leaves me enough science to pick one of these options. Now, this allows me to get bigger spacecraft, which I'm kind of leaning to because I think that original design we just did was awful. This here gives me different engine plates and stuff like that. It's useful for, I think, a longer mission. We don't need aviation. And then flight control, this basically makes where I can point the rocket wherever I want. I don't think we need flight control. I really think advanced rocketry is where we're going to spend our money, which is what we're going to do. And that leaves us with only 12. So now we can go back to the VAB and figure out how we're going to put 2 Kerbals in this and send them going. Yeah, there's a lot of mods. A lot of mods and a lot of parts. Yes, feel free to emoji it up as much as you like. There's only like a couple people watching, so it's not like everyone's just going to go ballistic with the mods and stuff. And yeah, if you have any recommendations on design of the rocket, let me know, other than the fact that we do have a limited parts. I know you guys can't see the parts, but don't worry about it. The main thing is I don't have a lot of large parts. So we're going to rebuild this rocket. We are going to keep these engines, though, because the engines we did test, so they're relatively not going to break on us. Let's just put it that way. And we're going to keep this. And I'm not going to care that much about the science part. I'm not going to care too much about this other engine part. And we're going to send Kerbals, so we don't really need a transmitter, but we're going to leave the transmitters. No, we're going to take the transmitters off, and we're going to take that off for a second. All right. Yeah, because we're going to just redo this ever so slightly here as we build up our things. So we're going to stick one of these things on the bottom. So now it looks proper. And in our engine tanks, we now have access to the larger fuel tanks. So we can actually stick a couple different fuel tanks on here. There's a couple options in design. We have that. We have this guy here. And then we have this bigger guy here, which, yeah. So I think we're just going to stick with this guy here. And we're going to take, because we have extra parts, 3 of those. And we'll put this on here like so. And do we have a 1.5 engine? Do we want to risk it? Not really. This gives us TWR of 54, which once we get to the Mun should be good, because the Mun's gravity is less. So we won't be having to fight our own gravity that badly. And we'll go in like this. There you go. And then we'll close that up. Start retracted. Awesome. Okay, so that's going to be our spacecraft with our Mun camera here. Our Mun camera is supposed to be pointing down, but it's going to stick there. Okay, so that's going to get us to the Mun. This has enough to go to the Mun and back in DV and also do a little bit of return. Oh, have a good night, Fusion. Take it easy. And for everyone else who's watching, please stick around. All right, we're going to need some bigger engines, though, or a bigger rocket, because this is definitely not going to work. That whole bottom section was silly. Okay, so bigger rocket. We're going to stick on our crew, 1 pilot. We're going to send Jeb, and we're going to send Bill. Bill, because he's an engineer, and we need engineering points to fix anything that might break on this flight. And hopefully it doesn't break when things are about to explode. All right, we're going to stick our here. I'm just going to check our center of mass overlay. Yep, that's good. All right, so that should do okay. Now, for our Do we need anything here? No, we're good there. Yeah. All right. So here we're going to grab the shrouded decoupler. Now the shrouded decoupler is one of the nicest parts. It is a procedural part, but it's a really nice procedural part that allows you to make it nice looking. I'm not a big fan of procedural parts overall, but the decoupler, it's a very simple part that allows you to do a better shrouding, which is important for a lot of good reasons. All right. Now this engine, we're going to strip down to this guy here. We're going to pop him on the bottom. This is going to look a little silly. And we're going to say, yeah, this is not going to get us into space. All right. So in order to get us into space, and we still also don't have a... Oh, what did I do with that other part? Oh, no, I put it there. Okay. Yeah, this rocket is not going to take us to space at all. That is the silliest looking thing in the world. All right, we're not doing that. We're going to grab a different engine. What engines have I been testing with before that I can remember that have a decent TWR? This is 90, so that's not bad. This guy here, reliability is 90 as well. So I played around with him. I think this is also 90. Yeah, this is 90. All right, so there's a couple options, but we're going to pick... do we have any bigger engines? I don't think the big engines have a high reliability. Oh, no, they're all at 90 because I got the advanced thing right. I'm not paying that much attention to... What do I want to do here? I could... Yeah, there's a couple different engine options. This one here will work. It does have a boat tail. So it is designed to work with 1.5. So let's do that as we slap happy this all together. All right. And then we're going to put another one up here, and we're going to put another tank up here. Why? Because there we go. We do need that secondary stage to be able to do this transfer point. And I got that right there. All right. So I don't need this engine. I don't need this engine. We're at 90 because I did get that upgrade, so we're good. I have to properly stage this rocket because it's not staged properly. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And then 5. And then the top part goes. Okay. So this, once it's in there, it's 46. That's probably good enough for a flyby. We can slap some boosters on the side just to give it enough oomph so we're not launching it like 0.12. That is kind of low. All right, what boosters do we have? We could put... No, we're not going to do that. That's ridiculous. You know what? Since we're basically launching this with the brand, let's grab some of these guys here. And then we'll put a little tiny... engine aero cap on them. Can we do that? Can we make it point the right way? Can we make it point the right way? Let's find out. All right, there we go. And because, you know, it looks cool, let's do one here. And let's do one right there. Okay. And then, oh, come on. No, don't. How about there? Does this look proper now? Oh, that does not look rotated properly. Come on. There we go. Yes, we're going to spend the extra time making sure the rocket things are properly pointed. Okay, so we got 6 of those with the engine here. Get rid of that. Okay, awesome. All right, so 6 of those. The engine, I'm hoping that is relatively centered. You'll have to let me know what you think of that one, guys. That will launch it. That's good. We will slap some absolutely silly, no point in putting this on here, but we're going to do it anyway. Arrow fins onto these things just to give us some fun arrow finning launching. Okay, so that's gonna go. That's good. And I wanted to add a camera on here. We're gonna grab the booster camera down, and we're going to stick it. I don't know, just need one booster camera. All right, so we can watch this thing go when they go. About that high. Yeah, that works. Right about there. I wish there was a way of saying, show me what that camera actually sees in the VAB, but that's okay. And so that's going to break off there. We put guys in it, so let's spend the extra money. And I don't know why these things still have their... Okay, that's annoying. If this breaks, this is bad for them. But we'll put an abort system in. I'm just going to stage it really quickly. And the abort system is decouple. The abort system is deploy the chute. And the abort system is shut down this engine, decouple. Yeah, this thing goes, there's going to be a giant explosion. It's going to be shut down this engine. It's going to be decouple. It's going to be... Can't we get this one here? Decouple. And... shut down that engine. Okay, so everything's going to shut down, and hopefully this thing's going to pop out the top. Since we don't have a launch escape system, that's the best we can do, and hope that that's all we have to do as we go and figure this all out. All right, so we're ready to launch this one. This is the two-person ball. I'm going to call this one version 2. One flyby. Hopefully. We do have crew in here. Let's grab some science in here, and then we're going to go and do some science. All right, so we were going with these ones here. We're just going to slap them on here. We're just going to slap them all on, I guess. We do have quite a bit. This is going to give us a stupid amount of science. I meant to turn the science down, but at this point, meh, we're doing it because we're gonna need that science when we go to farther places, because we're going to be doing a lot of damage to things. All right, I got this little thing here, and what else we got? I think I got that. I got that. I don't know what that is. That's a boom thing. We're not doing that. I think that's all we have. And we have whatever that is. Open the lid. And it apparently collects dust and then closes. Close lid. Okay, cool. It's a dust collector. I don't know what mod it's from, but it fits with this rocket. Let's go with that. Okay, so we're going to hit save. We're going to go to the launch pad. And we're going to try to go to Mun again. And hopefully everyone's going to go, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And hopefully this won't explode. I say, hopefully this won't explode. Okay. Doo-doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. As we're loading here, and yeah, we're just hopefully loading and not having a problem. Don't have a problem. Here we go. And you can hear those Kerbals. They are ready to go. We got Jeb and Bob in this craft. They are looking pretty good. If we go here, oh, there we go. They got this lovely upgraded craft here with all these controls. And I don't know, resources, vessel view. What else do we want? Probably that nav ball. There you go. Nope. Nav 2, nav 1, nav 2, nav 1. Nope. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Awesome. So here we go. And we got this whole control system. They're going to get ready to launch. We're going to make sure we get mech jab and our SS, because that's the one we really need. And we're going to say kill rotation, surface. There we go. I don't know why this keeps clicking. Things seem to be clicking. That's never a good thing. Well, take a look at our outdoor camera. Can we see the outdoor camera? Oops. No, we're going to go to flight directors. That's not what we want. There we go. Yeah, so we're good. All right. Now we're going to move that up. And woohoo! We have launched to hopefully a MUN flyby. This is a significantly fast flight performance because we're already 100 meters per second and we're barely 1,000 kilometers up. Or a kilometer up in the air. Oh, ho, 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 yeah. No, definitely, Mel, this does look sick. That is for sure. All right, we're going to start to do a little bit of a gravity turn here. Not a huge amount, but I do want to use as much of the boosters as possible to get us into space, as they are going to rip through this like you wouldn't believe. Hopefully we don't overheat. That might also be a part of the problem. But that main engine isn't super powerful, so... our thrust rate ratio right now is 2.8 and it's rising, so we're definitely going on this one here. Woohoo! All right, well, we're going to click to see how our crew guys is going. This is showing here, it's showing the engines are on, it's showing this is being used up. Yeah, this is a nice little thing here. We're seeing here, we got our acceleration, everything else is going. We're almost out of solid fuel. Yeah, there we go. Oh, come on. There's our solid fuel rockets, and hopefully this is gonna work. Whee! There they go. All right, we're still good, right? No, we're not good. We are rotating all over the place. What's going on? And why can't I see the rocket in an actual view? No, we're good. I don't know why we're rotating. There should be no rotation. I'm on. Okay, apparently when we did that, we started rotating. Ooh, that's a quick way to lose a lot of stuff. All right, we're kicking the gravity turn now. And we're gonna correct our roll by rotating around like crazy and using a precious fuel to do this. Oh my goodness, this is a mess. This is a mess. Oh man. Okay, we're still good, but that was a really garbage gravity turn. Oh man. I'd like to apologize to everyone who thought this was going to be a serious, this is how you get to the moon mission, because that definitely was not. As we stage separate our first stage and turn on our second engine, which is going to go. Now, fortunately, the second engine TWR, thrust to rate ratio, is over 1, so that means it's just going to burn like crazy. We have currently an apoapsis of 135 kilometers, so we should be good here in terms of getting an orbit of some sort. Although it won't be like a low orbit of like 100 kilometers. I usually aim for like 125. It'll end up being like 175, not 200. Might want to dip down a bit. Again, we're not wanting to get too high up because we want to go for the MUN, and honestly we are almost at a point where we could just go straight for the MUN here, because the MUN actually, I didn't know you guys can't see it just yet here, but the MUN is right there. So if we had launched this an hour earlier, we could have gone straight for the MUN. There's also something here. I don't know what that is. There's a little white speck there. That might be debris. If I go 4, no, I don't know what that is. Let's go to the map. No, I do not know what that is. Huh. Okay, that might be a star. There is debris in the game from earlier missions. I was not as clean as I probably should have been. We did have a lot of mistakes for those who have joining us there. So we're now just trying to do this burn and try to avoid getting too much height, because we're going to have to go around the planet once in order to go for the mun. And I'm not sure I have maneuver node capability yet. I don't know if I've researched that. Oh dear. All right, well, while this is going on here, let's go back and see what we're doing here. So this is here. Now, I wonder if I have altitude. Yeah. No, that's the guidance runway pitch. Okay. One of these is supposed to kick out a nav ball or graph. Like, these are useful things, but what I want... Oh, there it is. The orbital display. All right, what is this orbital display telling me? It's telling me there's a master alarm. What? I go away from one. I don't keep knowing why it keeps going to this. What's the master alarm? Master alarm is it ran out of gas. All right, well, that's a problem. Like, we still have this other stage. It's not that big a problem, other than the fact that that was the fuel tank that was supposed to take us to the moon. How am I messing up the math so bad? Oh, I remember now. The rocket flipped. That's right. We had that flip when I was too busy paying attention to the stream and looking at the pretty pictures in the cockpit and trying to figure out how to fly the cockpit. And yeah, that was on me. All right, so here we go. We're going here. I'm gonna try this to see if it's gonna work. No, it just disappeared. Yeah, that's supposed to be showing me the rocket. Oh, there it is. Aha. There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. All right, 1 second here. Target self. Okay. And if I hit this button, it's going to come back the rocket. I hit it again. There we go. Now we got this cool flyby. That's what I wanted. I wanted this cool flyby. Thanks, Melon Nets. Melon Mets. It's a lot of fun to see trying to do this and have people watch. So I'm always happy to have that happen. As we are still trying to get orbit here. Let's see how we're doing. Are we actually in orbit yet? No, we're not in orbit yet. Oh my goodness. And we're dropping, which is not good. All right, we're gonna correct that and try to get there. Yeah, thanks for watching, Melon Mets. Again, always happy to have you guys watch and give me some feedback on what's going on as we're attempting to get orbit. As I said, this is not an easy version of the game. There's definitely a lot of issues here. If I log temperature, it's gonna say temperature's been recorded. Okay, well, how much stat science do I have? 1 report. Is that all I have on this thing? Log gravity data. Okay, yeah, it's not gonna kick out anything because I can't do it. Okay, that's why. All right, no worries. So we're at negative 125. We're quickly moving up, so we should get into orbit before this plunges back. Not too worried here. As we're going, hey, Solar Flare, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're trying to get this to orbit. This is supposed to do a mutton flyby. We still have plenty of Delta V, so we should be able to do it. I just didn't realize that I messed up the flight, and I was looking at nice things in the cockpit and then got distracted and didn't realize the rocket was flipping upside down. So things kind of went a little sideways on this launch, but that's okay. We're currently just jetting here around this absolutely beautiful planet. Ooh, graphic mods. That's actually not a bad view here. Yeah, we're just waiting to get into orbit. Then we're going to go around the planet once, and then we're going to go for a mun insertion burn with a free return flyby, and hopefully pick up a pile of science that will then allow me to unlock a lot more stuff and collect on a contract, which, if I check my contract thing, says, oh, I have to collect... Oh, dang it, I forgot to collect science. Oh well. Whoopsie doodle. That's okay. We're still going to the mun, and we'll still pick up that mun contract, which should give us enough money to fund a actual mun mission. And I just realized right now that once we're in orbit, which we're almost in orbit, I need to go back and actually pick up a contract for the MUN. Otherwise, we're going to miss out on some bonus money. And who doesn't like bonus money? There we go. Awesome. Okay, so we are in orbit around the MUN. We're going to jump to the Space Center, and we're going to pick up a contract, and then we're going to head back to our little rocket and see how things are going. So yeah, we're doing pretty good here. We're just having to come up with some additional money from this so that it goes, because at the end of the day, we do need a bit more money, because I kind of spent it on those upgrades, because I didn't realize at the time that we needed to upgrade not only the VAB but also the launch pad if we wanted to send Kerbals to the MUN. If you just wanted to send, how do I not have this yet? I have to return a crew from orbit of the Kerbin. Oh, I have to bring them back down before I can. No. I don't want to do that. Because I wanted to go to. Well, what's this? We could do the MUN probe thing. I'm not a big fan of the, like, I don't mind probes, but this is, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have to bring the crew back in order to. That's disappointing. Okay, well, we're gonna do that then, and then we will grab that science and I guess build another craft and do that. Okay, it'll give us $100,000, so it'll make this launch at least worthwhile. All right, where are they here? We got. All right, we can play these guys, and we're going to go back, and then we're just going to deorbit them, and I guess test to make sure that the capsule that we have is going to survive re-entry. Yay! Which I guess is an important thing to test, which in a normal space thing we probably would test. We wouldn't just go and say go straight for the MUN, so that's realistic. That's super realistic. So Solar Flare, how's it going these days? I haven't talked to you in a while, so love to know. How's everything going? And if you are playing Kerbal Space Program these days, or are you playing something else? All right, so we do have here, we're gonna, actually, you know what? We kind of want to time warp here, because I do want to come in. Whoop, I'm on. Oh, apparently whatever's in that spacecraft has an antenna or something. Okay, there we go. We're in high space now. No, yeah, we are in high space. So did we pick up a pile of science? Are we picking up science today? Log the temperature. No, we already got that. I thought we did. All right. Open the lid. Collect a dust sample. Yeah, so we have to return that dust sample. It's worth nothing if we don't. Yeah, there we go. We got some science on here. Cosmic ray data. Some science there. I don't think seismic is going to do anything. Ooh, gravity. We can get that one. Yeah, we're getting some science on this, so it's worthwhile. Log temperature, we did that already. And charged particle. Ooh. And whatever this tiny little thing here is. There you go. That's a pile of science ready to come back. And that's all stored in the crew capsule so that we're good. We're not having to save this bottom section. What's this doing here? Yeah. Oh, that's why, because we got IVA probe control. Gotcha. Okay, there's a probe in there. All right, so now we're just going to do a bit of a burn here. To about there. That's good enough. And we're going to orbit around and see what happens when we get to our re-entry burn, which hopefully is going to go without a hitch. I say that given that we are returning with a considerable amount of fuel. I really wish we could save all this. Oh well. I shouldn't probably do that. Actually, no, I do need to do that. I do want to lower the apoapsis before we hit the atmosphere at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Or 2,600 meters per second. We can get down to about 1,900 meters per second, maybe a little bit more. Okay. That's always good. And then we can pop the top and hopefully return these 2 Kerbals safely. And then be able to get our Mun missions, because we do want the Mun missions. As we're just going to burn through this. Oh, shoot, we're going to go in the nighttime. All right, didn't really want to do that. It's not the end of the world, but now I don't know if there's a mountain range I'm about to hit. All right, 300 meters per second left. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, that's going to start exploding. All right, bye-bye. Woo. Yeah, that definitely needs more of a kick. Oh, come on. Why are you doing this to me? If we go here, our temperature thing. That is crazy. Oh, there it goes. Awesome. Okay. We're good. Oh, man. Yeah, that was a little nuts. Okay, well, we're okay now. We're good as we head down here. Double check that parachute. Yes, okay, good. Oh, wait, the parachute is... Oh, darn. We need to put the parachute about, I'm going to say 3, and then we'll pop it at about 300. Yeah, we have to, because I don't know if we're flying into mountains right now. It says highlands, and we might be flying straight for mountains. I don't know. It's hard to see what's down there. It looks like it might be ocean. Grasslands. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, that is ocean. All right, so we can put that back up there. Okay, so we're not going to slam into a mountain range, which I may have done with one of the probes earlier. Just like said, hey, it's not going to release the parachute until after it smokes the top of a mountain. So, all right, so we're heading down here. We're doing pretty good. It's just going to be a little slow all the way down, and then we will see how we do here. As we have Mirage Dev's absolutely beautiful Firefly mod here going. It does have the blue version of the shock wave or whatever it is. That is going to be updated soon, we're hoping. We're still waiting to see if there's an update, and we can kind of see that there is some I'm hoping you guys can see it. There's definitely some grass and stuff down there. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes if it's water or if it's clouds, but there are some clouds down there. So far we've managed to avoid any storms and stuff in Kerbin, so that's good. So we're just gonna speed up our drop now that we're confident that we're not gonna explode. And we're just going to drop down to probably land in the water again. But we know from a previous mission that we're not going to sink, which is important because sinking is bad. All right, we're going to turn off our smart ASS. As we come down here, yeah, everything's going to start to lighten up as we get close. Our parachute's been deployed, and we're going to drop another 2,500 feet. And then we're going to deploy the parachute just before we touch the water because, yeah, we're not going to hit anything very fast. And splash down. Ha 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 ha. Look at that. All right, we're going to recover that vessel. We're not going to worry about the guys going EVA or anything like that because at this point, there we go. So we've done pretty good tonight. We've tested out a few new systems. We've gotten a little bit more science. And overall, I think we're doing a lot better. And I'm going to go pick up that contract so I don't forget for later because, oopsies, that happened. As we're just waiting for the game to load. So we did pick up 79 science, which is good enough for another spot. Both Kerbins picked up a whole pile of ribbons, which doesn't actually do anything, but more importantly, I can click this button and get the Mun project. We're gonna give up Mun probes for it, but that's okay because yeah, we're gonna go for a landing. We're not gonna worry about yes, I'm gonna activate that one. We're not gonna worry about the probes in Kerbalcide, and we're gonna go over here and say, hey, we got $142 worth of science that we can spend, and what do I want to spend on? I kind of want to spend it on electrics down here, or not storage, miniaturization. I think I'm going to spend it on electrics though, because electrics is going to give us something very important, and that is lights, because I like lights. and it's going to give us some bigger batteries and some radio wave science that we're going to get. Okay, cool. There we go. And oh, I still have enough to buy one more thing. Okay. Let's buy advanced flight controls. That way we can actually put better RCS on the whole thing. Awesome. And did we complete any of our no, we're still at 2 All right. I think that's can I upgrade this? No, I can. Okay, if I update that, can I upgrade this? No, that I will run out of money. But patch conics will be available, which I kind of want for, I don't need them for this next mission, but I do want to, let's take a look. Do we have a lot of contracts that we want to do? Orbital maneuvers around the homeworld, not yet. No, to be honest, there's not a lot of contracts that we want to do right now. Like there's a lot of cool contracts, but nothing that we're going to jump out and say, ooh, I want to do this right now. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to spend some money. Oops, I just clicked that button. No. Okay. All right. So we're going to probably call that a night when I start getting clickety click, click, click. Here we are with the MUN. And just to give you guys an idea of what we got here, that is, yeah. Oh, that's all these contracts wanting me to do stuff. I was wondering where all these pink lines were coming from. All right. So if we zoom out here, we definitely have a bunch of inner planets. We have a bunch of outer planets. And at some point, I may add a black hole into this, but there's no point adding it in until you're ready to go because it takes up a chunk of processing speed to do that. So, yeah. And that's it for today. I would like to, if I can figure out how to do this properly this time, let's see if I can do it, thank my supporters and members. And that is really hard to read on that screen. Let's screen here. Everyone who can support me on the channel, on memberships. I'm going to be rebooting my Patreon membership because a bit of money goes a long way these days. And you could have your name here on a shout out as well. So be sure to check out the description of the video once it's updated. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.